Hey, I'm here. I'm messing with my transitions. Okay, so as I haven't streamed, like actually streamed in years, like I'm trying to figure out how everything works again. And I was like, I feel like my cuts are like way too, like these are supposed to be like smooth, right? Why is this one? This one's the only one where it's like, nah. See, those are fine. Huh, weird. I mean, I know what I can do for that, but I don't actually see the option anymore. Where is it? There was like studio. Oh, there it is. I see it. So what you could do in studio mode is just like set transitions to be like you can load up your next scene and then transition into it. It doesn't really matter for me because like these are the only other scenes that I have. It's not like I'm playing multiple things or doing multiple things in a day, but like it's just really weird. It's like really sudden. I'm sorry, by the way. I'm ready to play. It's just like I'm it was bothering me because like I hit my other scene. I was like, oh my gosh, that was like a really fast. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay. There we go. We should be on that one. Anyway, Endwalker. Yes, I'm excited. I'm gonna look stupid because I have my my headset on weird because I just washed my hair, so I'm gonna look stupid. But I'm in my jammies, nice and comfortable. And I'm ready to play. So, Endwalker. All right, let's do it. I'm not playing mouse and keyboard, it's just in my hand right now, so. I didn't actually finish the quest I was working on last night, so like I went to go log out and I realized that my quest was 2 out of 3 done, so I'm a little bit mad because I felt incomplete like the entire night. Shut up, droid. Controller is perfectly fine. If you're me. Hey, look, alright? I use controller because I'd be too powerful with the mouse and keyboard. I'm like a Cairo Sejiro. The sword is my limiter. Rest in peace, Cairo Sejiro, man. Alright. This area is so sick. I didn't even know it could be at night. That's pretty cool. Alright. Fimborg? Your name is Fimborg? That's a badass name. You wanna know what I'm doing? Hauling books, and ore, and fauna. Fauna? If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. And with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Since we're stopping to tell you about taking stock on Labyrinthos. So they definitely are, like, gathering large amounts of materials. I think they're building another arc, man. I think they're building another arc. And they're just gonna fuck off. The Path of Artifice. This massive lift is one of several which connects the surface of Old Charlian to the subterranean research and storage complex of Labyrinthos. At the end of its descent, the mechanism opens up into the hub of Upper Akranthos, from where passengers or cargo continue onwards toward other facilities. So this is just... So each of the different layers is like a different name, and I'm guessing use. That's pretty cool. how does the stream look, by the way? Because I have a giant light in my face, so it looks a little bit brighter than it probably would normally, but I'm not like bothered by it. So I don't really have like an accurate gauge. Any luck, Haze? What tales did the Gleaners have to tell? So this grand operation began without warning. And for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The Forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Oh. What? Already? Oh, Ethernet. Okay. So I can just teleport to this exact spot. There. We would do well to learn more of what, specifically, the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. And it's good? Okay, good. Good. I get a nice thick coating of armor of Vaseline. Nah, you know what that is though? We really had that when we were young. Being in a black household, you just had armor on at all times, and that armor was called Vaseline. Original. And then for good measure, you had another layer of Aveeno on top. If you're game, Haze, I have an idea. No. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. Alright, Cryo, put it on him. Terribly sorry to disturb you. I need to submit this report of mine, and quickly. It's a bit overdue. Could you remind me of the approximate date the guild ship was enlisted to help facilitate this most recent operation? Alright. Oh, not yet. Oh, you can mount up in here. Okay. That's pretty convenient. I mean, I don't see why not. It is an overworld, but it just doesn't feel like one, you know? You wish to help me find the marmots? I've nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I welcome the assistance. Name's Erenville, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of the Nagshin marmots... Nagshin? Nagshin. Marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot. Or you. I'll be fine, man. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Just phase through me. That's cool. Alright, let's head out. I don't really like mounting up too much whenever I hit a new area, but I kind of want to just because, like, I worked my ass off for this mount. But typically when I reach a new expansion, I kind of like walk in the new areas. But I want a reason to use this. Ooh, battle theme! I just... I mean, I'm sure I'll have more opportunities here, but I want to hear it now. Ooh, this part's cool. Little Enya on it. That's pretty good. I like it. Oh, well, if I knew there were gonna be more. Chirp squeak. Rarely you have ready the sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. Raichu! I didn't want to waste it. Oh, I just tried to use... I kind of like the battle theme, actually. It's not my favorite. Yet. I don't know yet. I mean, look, Shadowbringers had to grow on me. Oh, there's a crystal. Nice. Shadowbringers had to grow on me, so I think this expansion is going to grow on me the same way that did. So we'll see. But it's not my favorite battle theme out of all of them. I still think it's like Stormblood's. Like, Stormblood's everything. Just musically. It's all really good. Like, a lot of people say story-wise Stormblood is, like, really weak. And I guess I agree. But, like, god damn. Sokka was going crazy in Stormblood. There's some quests over there. I'm gonna do them on maybe Reaper or Scholar. If Astro wasn't already 90, I'd probably do them on Astro, but... Where are you? You up on the hill? What's up on the hill? Oh, okay, alright. Level 90's not enough anymore. I see. I'll fight you. I'm not scared. There's Ether right there. I don't like how they're standing like that. The fuck is this? Why are they posed up like that? Excuse me, gentlemen. Oh shit. You're gonna stop me halfway through, aren't you? Let's say ether, right? Ether current. You know what I mean. Good measure. Get in the sack. I'm tired of this. Nice. Alright, I'll mount on the way back. That's one of the extreme mounts for this expansion, right? Pretty sure. I don't know how to describe it, but being in a game's current expansion feels a little different, you know? Like, I'm not on current patch, I'm still behind, but it just feels kind of good, you know? Like, I feel like I feel like I'm playing with everybody else now, if that makes sense. Whereas before it felt, God, not necessarily disconnected. I don't really know how to describe it. It feels different being on a game's current expansion after so long. Here, I'll turn this in, and then I'll do the side quests. You got 3? Oh. I forgot this is, like, main story. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. I guess I'll say this, because we're trying to gather information, right? I guess both of these questions will probably lead to the same goal. Hold on one sec. I think both of these questions will lead to the same thing, the way 14 normally does dialogue options, but I think I would say this, since I'm, like, consciously looking for information on what people are doing with you know, all of this foraging. Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity, the same officials who have had us working day and night of late, the honorable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. They need meat. Yeah, they need food. For the Ark, I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least I doubt they'd be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Hayes. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I am Kryl of the Students of Baldessian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us, and that is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Nah, that's cool, bro. Did you learn anything new from your friend here? So you've confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We've also discovered when the operation was begun. The Forum contacted the Gleaners' guild ship and put their people to this great work of some 4 days after the Telefroid made their chilling declaration. I feel like I glanced over that. Okay. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners kept abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus am I inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it serves the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. It was a contingency plan. And the Telephoroid's declaration was what set it in motion. I can't read today, man. Hold on. I need to like hear my voice, but I know I can do pass-through, but it's gonna be weird. Cause like you'll hear it on the stream. It's fine. It's fine. It's just like it's that like thing where I don't know how to describe it. I just feel weird not hearing my voice properly. It seems likely, but let's not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there we can reach the lower... Kryl, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, and that's all. Nothing that'll stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We follow the path east through the forest where you were chasing that mouse, or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls that you need to watch out for. Quests. Do them on a Reaper. Wait, I don't even have all my buttons on Reaper. I should not do them on Reaper. What should I do? I'll do Gunbreaker, I guess. Ah, old outfit. Hold on. I know I can just go to the Aetheryte, but I'm gonna go back up. Wait, alright. Do you have a moment? I have an urgent task to attend to. Colleagues assured me that the gauges are displaying acceptable temperatures, and well, hinted that I was being oversensitive. My instincts, however, informed me otherwise. Would you mind assisting me with a more thorough investigation? Okay, I like moved my light by accident. And I really don't want it to fall over. Thank you! Payment will be forthcoming, of course, but first let us begin by assessing the problem from within the forest itself. You got it. So they have a whole-ass artificial sun. It's so cool. Okay, it seems fine. Not allowed to greet you with wild-eyed hope. Okay, if there's anything I can say I don't like about this song, why is it whispering to me? I really don't like that. At all. Hello there, friend. Fancy lending a hand to a gleaner in need? I'm fairly new to all this gleaning business, so it's only proper that someone with the requisite, experience delivered this very important Uldan chemical compound to that research facility. You know, that one a short way to the west? Okay, I got you. Why not ask another gleaner? Is it contraband? Oh, I couldn't do that. They'd never take me seriously again. No, I need someone bold and brave and unconnected to me in social circles. In other words, an itinerant adventurer like you. I would do it myself, of course, but duty calls. Just deliver this package to someone in a position of seniority, and I promise I'll be back here to pay you the favor. Pay you for the favor. Okay, buddy. I got you. Excuse me, but aren't you the one who was assisting Erinville? If you have a moment, I could also use some help with a certain task. Simply put, I'm to hunt down a number of caribou, but as this is the first job I've accepted which requires any degree of violence, I'm not entirely confident in how I should approach my prey. You seem like the type of man who's seen his fair share of combat. What if I could observe you from concealment while you engage in my target fauna? I wouldn't need you to spend all day on it, of course. 1 or 2 examples of the forest west of here should be plenty. Let's say 2, shall we? I'll even pay you, please? You got it, man. Alright, go west, Haze. So we gotta beat up some caribou. God, this place is so beautiful, man. I can't wait to take screenshots here. Oh, that's right, I don't do any damage because my gunbreaker is actually level 80. I'm gonna be honest, I only know how to play this job because of Bosnia. All the times where I was trying to solo spawn, like, CEs so I can get the notes, taught me how to play Gunbreaker. At least made me familiar with the buttons. I don't want to say I know how to play Gunbreaker. I don't really know how to tank, like, at a high level in general, but I got familiar with this job's buttons because of Bosnia. I really need to do the side quest for Reaper, though. I feel like this is gonna be like a... Like, Reaper... I had this problem in Overwatch, too. Like, I had characters I liked playing, like Echo, and then I would just never play them. And I never got better with them. I think I, like, defaulted to what I knew. And I gotta stop that, because I like playing Reaper, I just don't play it. Like, anytime I'm doing, like, content or whatever, I usually just do Ninja, so I don't have to think. Or I'll do, like, Astro. Summoner sometimes. May I help you? A vial of some unidentifiable substance prepared by the Uldan Alchemist Guild. That is straight alcohol, isn't it? Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know why he's so nervous to deliver it then. Hey, what's up, Sin? Everything alright? Hopefully they... Well, I'm guessing they did fix it quick, but... I hope everything's good, man. Ah, yes, the Uldan compound. Excuse me, but whatever happened to the gleaner I was told to expect? You don't quite match his description. Well... Why is this song whispering to me? So here you are, in his stead. I thought that might be the case. This facility primarily studies small Vilekin and their ilk, and their role as carriers of disease. As such, we seem to have become the subject of some rather unsettling, not to mention wholly substantiated rumors. I imagine some senior gleaner was amusing himself by taunting his junior colleague with scary half-truths and outright fabrications. The scholar lend me patience, but such jests lead to no end of trouble. The scholar lend me patience, but such jests lead to no end of trouble for us. In any case, I thank you for bringing me my delivery. Should you happen to return to our faint-hearted gleaner, pray do me the service of setting him straight on what it is we do here. So they researched disease there? That's it? Oh, let's see what the issues with that is. Oh, gotcha. I'm sure they'll be fine, you know. God, it's so beautiful down there. I can't wait till I see those bits. Oh, there's another etherite down there. That's cool. I'm guessing there's gonna be one way in the distance over there. This, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's crazy that this is an overworld area, because this would have made a really cool, like, exploration zone. Like, you know, like Bosnia or Eureka. Like, an area like this would have been really fucking cool. And just seeing, like, you know, the entire map, basically, while you're going through and doing your shit, you know? Just me? I hope it's not just me. Making an overworld is pretty cool, too. Thank you for the instruction. While I doubt I could emulate your particular style, seeing you in action was enormously helpful. You've also provided a service by calling a few of Labyrinthos' more prolific animals. Lest you worry, it's essential we reduce the caribou's numbers every now and then to maintain a stable habitat. And nothing here is killed for mere sport. Every part of a carcass is harvested and put to use. In practice, I will make sure to carry out with the creatures you slew. There are still a few more that need culling, but I think I can handle that on my own now. Such as the Gleaner's lot, and I should learn how to do it sooner rather than later. Oh, and here's your payment. Wish me luck. Yeah, you got it, man. I believe in you. Okay, let's go find out why this guy's scared. You're back, and not suffering from any horrible maladies. Well, nothing visible anyway. What's that? You think someone's been having a laugh at my expense? But the others told me... They said the researchers ordered a forbidden substance from Moldaw so they can concoct some kind of zombie powder? And that gleaners who deliver there are often never seen again. Okay, alright, so it is just jokes. That does sound a bit unlikely now that I say it out loud. Those lying bastards. Right, well, here's what I owe you. Plus a little extra for keeping quiet. Gods above, I'll never live this down. Yep, hazing the new guy, it's all good. It happens. God, my ugly inventory. Don't judge me. Oh, it gave me tank gear because I'm on tank. That's right. Oh, decent. Give me 1 sec, guys. Give me 1 sec. I have returned. Alright. Take a close look at this mist sprayer. You'll find these devices throughout Mornvale Forest, and I need you to see if they're functioning properly. Oh, okay. There's nothing too complicated. If the sprayer's crystal is glowing blue, that means it's working. If the crystal is dull, then it's most likely broken. Here, I'll jot down the locations of the sprayers I wasn't able to check yet. Meanwhile, I'll go and see if there are any problems at Mistloom. That's the big tower over there responsible for regulating the sprayers. Where? That can be your meeting spot once you finish checking the devices. Okay, well, I'll see it eventually. Oh, it won't let me. This one over here. I'll do the one on top of the cliff first. Okay, so that one's busted. It's pretty cool that they have like just ways to keep the zone humid. The sprayer's case is cracked. The crystal within inert and dull. This device appears to be malfunctioning. So we just gotta put a new crystal in there. I mean, I have thousands. You want one? And they said, oh, over here. Okay. Gotcha. Brand new world specimens posing as vegetation as an ambush of a botanist. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm in it now. Leave me alone. Mornvale's temperature is holding steady. There are no failures in equipment here as far as I can tell. Okay. I was going to say something else. Well, the Mistloom technicians can detect nothing awry with the tower's workings. Any issues with the sprayers? Ha! So there was a malfunction after all. The sprayer's job is to keep this area blanketed in mist, to accurately simulate the moist-laden air of certain forest habitats. One broken device had no effect on the temperature, but the humidity had fallen out of the optimal range. If we hadn't caught the change, we would have started seeing an adverse effect on the forest flora and fauna. Nice work, but I didn't bring your payment with me. Come back to Upper Akrinthos, and we can settle accounts there. God damn it. Make me walk all the way back over there. Water tower. I'm looking for more aetherites or aetherite crystals. I've only seen the one so far. Think it'll let me jump down there? Probably not. Thank you again for agreeing to help. It goes to show that mechanical gauges aren't always as important as trusting one's own senses. Your remuneration is promised. Now I must see about organizing repairs for that broken sprayer. Oh, would you? I don't mind, really. I like taking in the scenery. It's kind of nice, but the flying would be super convenient. It would be super convenient. Get all the ether currents like before I even like before I've even seen half of the area. I wonder, do some people do that? Like, you know, if they have a friend that's already like finished it, do they have some people that fly them to all the ether currents before they even like get started? $50-50 grind. Tray flip. Were you caught in mist on your way here? The sprays keep the air humid, so the habitat feels as close as possible to a natural forest. I figured that out! This is the foremost material archive in Charlayan. I would love to explore its treasure shelf by shelf, but I fear we have little time for such indulgences. Don't worry about me, I'm hale and healthy. In fact, I'm beginning to suspect that... Nay. Let's discuss this later. The investigation demands our undivided attention. Behold, the Archaeon. As Numenon serves as Charlayan's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. I can't speak anymore. In a manner of speaking, the Archaeon contains a physical history of Charlayan's unwavering... Charlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Side quests! More side quests! Well met, traveler. Might I interest you in a chocobo porter? Oh, right. Nah, you don't count. I don't read your dialogue. Well, back to Gunbreaker. You look strong, sturdy, and most importantly, idle, which is a wonderful coincidence, as I'm in need of a spare pair of hands. Let me explain. I'm actually going to do these on Summoner, because I do want to get Summoner to 90. I sent one of my younger colleagues off to the Aesthetes Tholos to organize a shipment of ore, but after a second glance at the order sheet, I realized why it was taking him so blasted long. Seems the order was more than triple the size we usually handle. Something to do with all these large-scale preparations, I suppose, and I can hardly expect that pup to shift it all on his lonesome. Come and pitch in with the hauling, and I'll make it worth your while. What say you? Good. Many hands make light work. Well, lighter at least. Let's go. You got it. I'm gonna do these on Summoner. Your name is amazing. Shushitabi? That is a great name. I'm terribly sorry to bother you, but might I ask a small favor? I just saw the gleaner I'd hired for a job, and he seemed awfully, well, jittery, I suppose is the word. And when I tried to ask him what the matter was, he met my eyes for a moment, then bolted out of the room. I should like to catalog the items he was meant to bring and get them safely stored, but I refuse to play this ridiculous game of Coral and Mouse. Would you mind tracking him down for me? The last I saw of him, he was dashing off towards the Passemerant Pastraponics, that's a crazy name. Is it like hydroponics but for animals? Pastraponics. You have an air of dangerous competence, and you are most certainly not Charlayan. Yes, you should do nicely. For what, you may ask? As the overseer of the wildlife in this sector, I often find myself in need of new volunteers to help with the feeding. While I am perfectly content to perform the task myself, it would be unwise to allow the carnivores to grow too accustomed to my scent, or that of any of my colleagues for that matter. Oh, okay. What do you want me to do? Which is why I am pleased to encounter fresh meat like you, if you'll excuse the phrase. So, what say you do a brief foray into the forest? You'll be provided with suitable recompense, of course. Wonderful. Here, take these hunks of raw flesh and just set them down at these locations. Hurry back as soon as you're done. Okay. Gemstones trader. Oh, okay, so there are shared fates in Endwalker too. In the market for something on the rarer side, got a whole village's worth of surplus from the Archaeon. Cool. Alright, so I gotta start doing some fates, like, as I see them. The reason why I say that is because, like, with shared fates, I don't want to, because, like, look at my Shadowbringers ones. Like, they are nowhere near being complete, and I really want to do them all, like, so I can get all the items and stuff, but I should have been doing fates, like, as I was going through it, you know? Like, I'm not gonna stop, like, midstream and just do, like, 10 fates in a row, but I really want to get those done as I'm going through. I mean, I definitely have, like, a year's worth of time to do it all, but I should be fine by the time Dawn Trail starts. I asked the gleaner to bring me a lively Coblin specimen, but perhaps I was a tad too insistent on the lively part. The thing flung itself about with such force that it broke the wall of its enclosure and escaped. For a moment I considered chasing after it myself, then realized it would likely beat my soft academic frame into a bloody pulp. You, on the other hand, seem to possess a rather higher degree of fortitude. The last I saw, it was skittering off towards Mornvale Forest. Please track down and subdue our frisky fugitive. Stuff it in the sturdy sack, then bring it back here to me. My humble gratitude will be yours, as well as a generous reward. Okay. Is this? It's barely faster. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'll... Okay. Yeah, no, I'll be down. Yeah, I never really, like, focused on doing them. I probably should have. Oh, right, ah! That's a good touch. Is this like an Endwalker specific thing? That the enemies do that when they're weakened enough to catch? Because like other expansions, they'll just keep going, you know? I don't know if they like change that, like, you know, for all the quests that require you to catch something, but it's kind of cool that they do that. What's up? Gods and scholars, don't sneak up on me like that. Can I help you? Ah, my employer sent you, did he? Well, he'll be pleased to know that I was able to purchase all his requested Far Eastern items of cultural significance. That pot there was one of them, but I was leery of simply handing it over. Is this a magic pot? I think there's something alive inside. Oh my god. Give me an elixir! You tell me where this is. Yes, yes? There, you heard that, didn't you? I knew it wasn't my imagination. Right? I'm glad I, like, realized I was about to body it. You seem a well-traveled sort. What sort of creature might be we dealing with here? Oh, it said yes, yes. It's an Amazu. It's an Amazu. I thought it was a magic pot. Oh, you know you're an Amazu, yes, yes? I crawled into this comfy-looking pot for a nice nap, and before I knew it, I was whisked away on an adventure. Well, now that I'm here, I might as well make the most of my misfortune. See the sights, try the food, that sort of thing. Convey my pot to the nearest inn, if you please. Seeing as our guest is so eager to stay, the least I can do is sponsor his visit and help fill out the paperwork. Meanwhile, I would appreciate it if you could explain the situation to my employer. I got you. When I closed my eyes, I did not expect to wake up in a different country. No, no. That's funny. Is that a... I'm guessing that's a hunt mark. God, the artificial sun is so cool. Wait. Do I have... Oh, I guess I got some already. Alright, well. Oh, let me use my... Are there more? There's one. Yeah, I should be fine just like spamming a rune. I don't need to dump the clip on this guy. The mag, rather. They straight up turn it off. That's so cool. But I wonder what they use for the sky. I mean, like, their panels, yeah, but like... Charlian invented LCD panels? Or LED panels? Why doesn't everybody live here? You know what I mean? It's crazy how you have this like entire country that's just technologically more advanced than everyone else, and then you have like Little Alamigo where people are, you know, sleeping on rocks and sticks. Please tell me you're the help I was promised. Oh, thank the stars. My supervisor came past not a moment ago and scooped up half the ore himself. I swear, he's part forest troll. But even so, I don't think I can manage the rest without doing myself an injury. Listen, if I take this crate, do you think you can carry that other load? Once you have it settled into a comfortable grip, I'll lead us to where we need to go. Yeah. Oh, you said you'll lead us? This is the best an escort quest has ever been. Look at the speed. Like, I'm faster, but like not that much. Oh, no, now I'm breezing. I need that one clip from Dexter's lab where Dee Dee's playing D&D. And you're walking. And you're walking. And you're walking. And you're walking. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Okay. Alright. I thought it was gonna make me drop it. I'm good then. Gonna have to hit harder than that, sir. Your death will be slow. May you rot in hell. I did everything right. They did that on purpose. Walk. They actually did that on purpose. I can't believe this. Why would it wait until I was in the circle to drop the box? And you're walking. And you're walking. This lore better be worth it. They better tell me like some deep shit. Like I better learn something about like I want nothing less than like Kanesana's like latest diary entry. Like I'm gonna need something to compensate me for this. Okay, stay away from that bastard. Okay, is the coast clear? Can I cross the street? Alright. Thank you. Oh, I didn't attune to the etherite. Oops. Let's go remedy that right now, actually. There's one more quest that I missed, too. $50-50 grind. Let me attune first. Oh, it's in water? That's pretty cute. Alright, I'll turn in these quests since I'm in the area, and then I'll finish the other one. Did you back the Coblin? Of course. Oh, praise the scholar. You see, I've been assigned to evaluate the dietary claims of a work entitled Coblin Cuisine, and had been about to prepare my first dish. How will it taste? Is it even edible? You, my friend, have made it possible for me to answer such questions. Thank you for your contribution to culinary science. Aren't Coblins like 98% rock? What part are you gonna eat? Elemental Mastery. Grants Ifrit favor upon executing... Summon Ifrit. Titan's favor upon executing Topaz Rite. Topaz Catastrophe. And Garuda's favor upon executing Summon Garuda. Enhances Astral Flow. Oh, these are just different attacks when they spawn, right? I think they're just different attacks when they spawn. Oh, I caught up with him. Are you telling me that Namazu are real? By the scholar, I thought the stories of such beings were just that, stories. And now we have the chance to speak with one in the flesh? We really must house this visitor here in the Archaeon and record the conversations for posterity. Oh, yes, here, you've been very helpful. Now, if you don't mind, I have preparations to make. Oh my gosh, a land where they're actually respected. They deserve respect. Namazu are cool. Mostly. I'm glad you came along when you did. I can't be hauling ore all day, and my colleague is not exactly built for hard labor. The Estate Stolos is where we store our mineral deposits, you see, and it is our job to field and fill requests from our fellow researchers. But we're not equipped to process orders of that quantity, especially if the Central Circuit keeps sending up requisition papers at the same frenzied pace. We'll run out of stock before long, assuming our backs don't give out first. Anyway, you're not here to listen to me gripe. Take your wages and good work. Bet. Alright, let me grab that quest over there. There's a triple triad in here, too. Lift operator, huh. Sir, if you could hold out your hand, I have something you really must eat. Please, I insist. Oh god, here we go. Is that not the juiciest, sweetest, most invigorating thing you've ever tasted? I just finished baking a batch, and judging by your somewhat wan complexion, I thought you could use a little treat. Wayne? Maybe? Wan? Oh, don't worry, I know exactly what I'm feeding you. Though I've settled here in this haven of archived cultural treasures, I was once a student of the nutritional sciences at the Faculty of Medicine. Oh god, is it Archon Loaf? The knowledge from that course certainly comes in useful when it comes to keeping my weary colleagues healthy and hale, although I do struggle to find the time to collect all the ingredients I need. In fact, I wonder if you'll be willing to help in that regard. I was about to head out and gather some things east of here, but if you could scour the area to the northwest for a couple of rotting logs, I'd be ever so grateful. What the fuck did you give me? She's feeding me rotten logs? Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to fall in. There we go. Oh, they even have, like, an artificial, like, space. So cool, man. This might end up being my favorite overworld in the game. I'm not even that far in yet. My shoes all wet.
Look at you, all finished, and with a distinct lack of bleeding and sobbing. This is why I prefer to employ mercenary types to feed our more aggressive specimens. Fortunately, I can simply let the carnivores hunt down their own meals much of the time, but this is a closed habitat. If you don't intervene to fill bellies on occasion, the delicate equilibrium between predator and prey will all come crashing down. Thank you for helping to maintain that balance. Okay, so the predators in Labyrinthos don't actually hunt the herbivores and whatnot. Interesting. That seems a little tedious. Is that the word I'm looking for? That seems a little tedious to do, especially considering you're trying to maintain like this area for like study and like foraging and stuff without having to leave the island. I feel like it'd be easier to just make it natural, but I guess, you know what? They are bringing in species from all over the world and putting them in here. So I guess it is a little bit different because, you know, some species might not have natural predators, or, you know, you might not have the food that a predator wants or whatever. So I guess just doing it all yourself, like a zoo, is what they're trying to do? I don't know. Yeah, I found your rotting wood. You should be riddled with the little darlings. Thank you both from me and on behalf of my sure to be appreciative fellow archivists. After all, no dish has more nutritional value than one made with beetle larvae? Just gonna... there we go. I'm just gonna slowly back away. Then we make a break for it. Alright. Let's actually move on with the story. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let's proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Oh, it's just in there. I'll bet, appreciate it. I mean, I'll be good. I don't mind walking around. I did actually, I was doing some hunts today, like, so for teleporting wise, I got a bunch of Aetheryte tickets because it's now asking me to spend 2K to teleport to Charlian, and I'm not doing that. So I'm kind of sad that I wasn't getting Aetheryte tickets this entire time. But yeah, don't worry about it, man. If it gets really, like, if I just really need to be where I'm trying to get, then I'll probably ask for a taxi. But I'm alright. For now. Greetings. We are here to peruse the Archeon's vaults. Peruse? You are clearly not gleaners, then. Might I ask your affiliation? You belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us, then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? What the hell? That service has also been suspended, I am afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. What? So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let's step outside for the moment, shall we? At least that guy was nice about it, you know? Unlike the asshole at the front of the city. Students of Baldessian. Never mind, I don't trust a single hair on his head. I don't trust a single hair on his head. Labyrinthos is constructed in the shape of a mortar. This upper layer is called the outer circuit, and the medial circuit lies one tier below us. Okay, so there's 3. If they're going to close off facilities, then they ought to announce it. The students must be furious. The forum must be wary of exposure, and indeed, to so heavily restrict the use of public institutions. We are at an impasse. As we have no other leads, I should like to pursue this. One further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. 'Tis likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to integrate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. This is the same thing we did in the cups. Oh, they don't want to talk to us? I guess we'll just be slaves for a little bit. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archean, even though we found. Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. But it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. What the hell? Oddest little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll take care of it until the Archean is open again. Okay. What's that? Taking on the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there, shouldering a large pack, engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be headed down below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. What the fuck? Where are you going, little guy? What? I'm guessing somebody did a fate or something. And that was like the, walk away animation, or whatever they call it. Okay, where's the way up this cliff again? I think it's over here. I can't go this way. There we go. The homie! Quiet. You're frightened away. It's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloudkin I need to capture is close. Very close. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green, and its cry a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. Okay. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie in wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Okay, so I'm looking for green. There's a few of them. Is it you? Whack. Is it you? Cuckoo. It's you!
shot.
Oh, he has a voice? Okay, cool. So this character is important.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up, and I'll make my way over to you.
There you are. Any new revelations? So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties.
Huh.
But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
Area 51.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Wow.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill?
Hold on.
An experiment?
I'm back.
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research.
Did I mute the wrong thing? I probably
I
did.
believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Whoa, hold on. Wait, what did I say? Fuck. The latency. Latency's too low. I can't go back and see it.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
Hold on. I'm gonna rewind the live on my phone real quick. I just want to read it again. Okay, so, yep, the middle section, the forbidden area. Okay, an experiment for the bird. None of it's for advanced research. Migrate to the south to Mericidia. Mericidia still exists? I thought it didn't exist anymore. Until under harsh climates. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I'm caught up now. I'm caught up. I just had to read it again.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and
Oh,
the courage to
fuck
brave
me.
it, then there is another way down.
Okay.
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Cool. Okay, so it's not a dungeon. Are there no dungeons here? I was hoping it would be a dungeon. You know, I guess though in Shadowbringers, you didn't really do the first dungeon until after you visited both of the first areas, and then you came back, so... I guess it'll be a little bit. I'm guessing the first one's at, like, what level 81? I never would have noticed this cave on my own. Think the scholar that Ehrenfeld knew of it, and that you were there to persuade him to share. I took a quick peek inside, but it's awfully dark in there. The medial circuit which Ehrenfeld mentioned is the tier directly below us. Unlike the lowest level of Labyrinthos with its rigid security, one can usually roam the middle layer quite freely. Let us see what we might find. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures home there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we'll need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Okay, bye guys. Decent that. This is huge. So mine shaft? It's pretty big for a mine shaft. It's a whole fucking gorge. Fight me. Let's go. Nah. Oh, see, it's just giving me a path to follow. I'm guessing this is the last one. There's a DRS run today that I kind of wanted to join, but I don't think I'll be able to. I was thinking about it just now because I have the Steel Sting and Spellforge cancel buffs on my hotbar. I gotta find a time to see when I can do a DRS run. That mineshaft was infested with mithril caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder. I suppose they are a most unusual creature. Why do they develop such long limbs when all they do is shuffle about narrow tunnels? I was being careful, I swear. The slope was steeper than I thought and I lost my footing for a moment. But that's all, I'm not injured, if you don't count my pride. Damn. Hey, did you know Kryl almost took a tumble back there? She can't possibly still be dizzy from the lift. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Erinvo's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Take a shortcut through this scenic hill. So this is the middle. Okay, so down there is the bottom layer. Right here is fine. God, it's a bunch of killer tomatoes. Oh, there are the actual killer tomatoes. Right there. I hate those things so much. Aha, now I know where we are. This is Marial Ergonomics. Marial? Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilizing foreign lands. Marial is, it's the name of one of the characters in Bosnia. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees these efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Food so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabout, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It's possible they know something of the Forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same, or cast about for useful clues. Hold on, I just want to see if I'm tripping or not. There's a character in Bosnia named Mariel. Yeah, Mariel. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors. Not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here, anyway? The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields. But I'm afraid the Forum has this filling order list a mile long. Massive yet detailed requests. Literal wagon loads of crop samples and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, huh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Where does the lift, like, let out? I don't even know where it is. Is it this building right there? Wait, am I crazy? I guess it's there. Do I have ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. Gods, hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. I can see that. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modeled. A region in the south of Ilsabard. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperature plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such a bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Corvos before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amonis. The Forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It has since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. Wow, okay. Corvos was, that's where, Raha said he was from. A stack of crates on the hill is going below? That sounds promising. I'll gather the others and join you there. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents, bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports.
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
And hit me with the lore dump but just walked off. That's pretty cool though. Heart blooms.
Have you learned aught of interest? A flower that reacts to one's feelings. Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Arcane? Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Kral, you good?
Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
Yeah, what was the plan?
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Galoof, maybe? She might be talking about Galoof. Is Galoof still in the live stream? Or in the ether stream, or whatever they call it in this game? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to rewatch like the last cutscenes of Eureka, because they definitely covered that, but she's still staring at the flowers. Is Kral still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Erenville was headed westwards towards the path outside the Archaeon. Come, we can still catch him. Still hear it. You've fallen too far behind, and this damn mist won't help matters. It seems your Stola wishes to have a word with us. Okay. Hold a moment. I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Garaha and his Vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. Oh, fuck no. Goodness! Okay. Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not, it will wear off with the passage of... No, I'm very accustomed to failing mechanics. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Which reminds me, we're the creatures hereabouts. In that form, you are essentially defenseless. You change into a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to progress with quest objectives. You will return from your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration's AoE. Speak what you're told to restore or prolong the transfiguration. Okay. Alpha Toad and Alatoad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave your quest companions behind by entering a different area or by speaking with them and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have your companions join you again, return with and speak with them at the original location. This is great. Alpha Toad and Alatoad. Alatoad, they said? Or Alisode? Slow little RP walk. Aw, shit. You wouldn't eat your own kind, right? Nah, of course not. I really want to know what that whispering is. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alpha Toad attempts and fails to shake his head, but you nevertheless understand that he is telling you this is the wrong way. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Alatoad turns to face the north. Perhaps she is suggesting you cross the bridge. Yeah, this is actually hilarious. I like that they're mixing it up in Endwalker with some of the quests, you know? And giving you little party members temporarily. Oh, should be up here. Right, 'cause some of the... Yakao? Like Jack and Dexter? Yakao? Look at them. I love how the first time the player character ever has a voice in a cutscene,
I
it's
trust
as a
you will
toad.
find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
What's up?
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Okay, Aaronville, I see you.
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Aaronville's a homie, man.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Damn, Ishola. Ishola's sold, man. You gotta work on that magic. Our toad performance needs work, apparently. I'll have to pay more attention next time I see one. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. He seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Charlene has been called to action, and the Telepharoid's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient importance to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. Alize is staring off in the direction Aaronville departed, a thoughtful look on her face. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum in the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Yshola and Cryle for the moment, see what they think of this. Aw shit, new side quests! I'm trying to think of, because I'll have to stop soon. I'm trying to think of where I want to get to. Let me actually pull up, because if the MSQ is split like this, right? Let me pull up. I'm gonna try not to look too far ahead. Okay, which one am I on right now? Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this part. Okay, so what I'll do is, when I finish this part of the MSQ, I'll probably call it. So I will do the side quests, and then probably call it and then eat something. And see if Raid Night's happening tonight. And if it's not, then I'll probably just hop back on the stream. We're down 2 people. That's why it's kind of uncertain if raiding is gonna happen tonight. So Where's Cryle? It's funny how normal the forest seems now. Raid night, it's just every Sunday, I have a raid group, and we try to do the raid's minimum item level with no echo. Right now we're on turn 13 of Binding Coils. We're like clear ready, we're ready to go. We're just kind of like waiting for that sweet pull. But we're down 2 people tonight, so we might not. Usually when we're down 2, we kind of just cancel it, but it's only ever happened one other time that I can remember. So hopefully we can find fills, but yeah, we'll see. It's funny how normal the forest seems now, because Toda was so much more ominous and threatening. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Cryle, and then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm. She was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decided to wander. Flowers were down this way, right? Oh no, they were on top of there. I'll have to go around. I love this song. What's up, Cryle?
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Heidelin?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity,
Minfilia.
of course, but...
Sorry if you can hear that, by the way, that's my crazy washing machine. It's very loud.
Thank you.
Oh, it is Heidelin. She's using Cryle now.
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower, walk free.
Walk free?
For you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That blue will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
And just crush it in your pocket. Walk free is
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away.
it's a very important part of Answers, which is the song playing right now.
My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower.
Okay.
Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Oh, fuck you.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization.
And? Is that wrong?
We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities.
Right.
Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
It is not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What'd you call me?
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Trailer, he probably went to the restricted section.
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Forgive me. I was careless.
Don't worry about it.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work.
Interfere? We didn't do anything. We just want to know.
They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
What the hell are you talking about?
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a Forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own.
The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Bitch, if you don't sit down! Your ugly-ass grape head.
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the
they're saying the
heavens
thing.
fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuner, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Were you?
Skolok Monteshane, He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, hmm? By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
Okay, okay.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given?
Okay. Spitting bars right now. Okay, never mind. You're on our side.
If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order!
Master Montaigne raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlian. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. I count 51 for and 48 against.
Damn.
The proposal is passed.
Damn.
Students, scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Oh, rip. Yeah, don't worry about it, Raha. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. That our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. Interesting. I wonder if maybe... So we know that people retreat to the Ethereal Sea to escape the inescapable, right? You know, Ishola did it twice. It happened in the Isle of Val. I wonder if maybe that's where they're trying to hide when the world is destroyed. You know? And they're stocking up on preparations to sit in there because maybe they've found a way to make it safe. Because currently it is very, very volatile, but maybe they've found a way to make it work. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival. Come what may. Is Father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphino, Alize, it is you. Is that their mom? When I heard you've been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother. And you could tell they're all related because all 4 of them had the same exact haircut. Emeliance Leveilleur, at your service. And you fine people must be the signs of the 7th dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you are here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. Timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure we... Hayes, what do you think? Hayes? The Hayes Nada? What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Okay. Yeah. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return to find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Hayes, if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you 3. Cool. It'd be nice to actually see the house. I'm sure Alphino thinks nothing of it. He invited classmates over all the time, but well, I wasn't the most... It was a different time for me, alright? I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see you're in such high spirits. What say you, Hayes? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? I promise I can speak. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. I mean, never mind. The Leveilleur estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. Alright. Oh, it's just not a circle. I thought it was a circle. That was like cut off. As children, Alphino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. When Alice and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. I used to come here all the time with grandfather. In summer I would dip my hands and feet in the fountain and splash about. Not Alphino though. Even back then he wasn't very fond of playing in water. he'd make any excuse to avoid it. Which would explain how I came to swim like an auk, and he sink like a stone. Oh, yes, this is where I first practiced magic on an actual person. Alize had fallen, you see, and scraped her knee quite badly, so I tried casting the simple restorative spell I'd only just learned. How she smiled when the wound closed. The joy and relief. That was, I believe, the very moment I chose the healing arts as the main subject of my studies. And here you are at last. Please do come in. Yeah, why not? Got any crumpets? They got the whole house ready to greet them.
Welcome home, my lady.
What? What are you gawping at?
Yeah, you don't see this place?
Oh, gods, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you would accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Yeah.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. 'Tis clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. "'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits."
Sure. It's the washing machine again, if you can hear it. New duds?
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Okay.
It's perfect. Exactly
Fire.
what I would have chosen.
Fire.
But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
Alphino out here clean as fuck.
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
Oh, his sage weapons.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field.
Oh wow, so he has some combat experience.
He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
That was dope. Can we go in, like, whenever we want? Probably later on, I imagine. And that was that. Only the gods know when we'll be back again. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her. Alphinaud looks fire as fuck, man! And I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Bet. Don't think for a moment that I'm jealous of Alphinaud's new weapons. They're far more suited to him than me. We left Eorzea in matching outfits, but our styles, both fashion and fighting, have long since diverged. If anything, I'm proud of the differences between us. If I intend to master these sages' armaments, that will mean learning to imbue them with the same ether that I poured into Moonstone and Obsidian. It is difficult to grasp the essence of such an entity. For me, it will help to think of the Noliths, that's what they're called? Noliths? As allies in battle. Simply a new form of the energy which went into manifesting my carbuncle companions. For us to feel responsible for the schism of House Leveilleur. For us to feel responsible for the schism of House Leveilleur would be pure hubris. After all, we are merely on the outskirts of what is, essentially, a family affair. And yet neither can we claim the indifference of strangers. To hear their mother welcome them so warmly was a joy and a relief. As curious as I am to learn the truth of his duty, I wonder what else the Forum is hiding. A calamitous secret whose origin lies in the ethereal sea. Duplicities aside, however, I do not believe Master Fortuno means us ill. Even the harsh words he had for his children stem not from anger, I think, but desperation. Enjoyed your time with the Leveilleurs, I hope? I would ask how the twins fare, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret that the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Hydaelyn is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you've scouted out the situation in Thavnair, we'll be well equipped to plot out our next move. Alright! So, I'm gonna call it there. I don't know if I want to do the side quests, like, off-stream or not. I kind of like doing them, like, whenever I want. But, I'm gonna call it there. I'll probably be live again, after the raid session, and then, you know, before I go to bed. It'll probably only be like 2 hours or something, because I just really want to play Endwalker right now. If the raid session is cancelled, then I'll be back a little bit earlier. But, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna head out. Maybe see if I can order something really quick, a little something to eat. I need to get some food that I can cook, man. I've not done, like, actual cooking shopping in a little bit. I need to do some cooking shopping, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But, again, thanks for stopping by. I'll be back a little bit later. Have a good one. I will see you then.